Welcome to Dicejunkies, and this is Perception Check, episode 31, where we talk about the Ataribox and an interview with Pete Hines from Bethesda, and a lot more. I'm here with
Q,
Damien,
and I'm Xenodamus. Hope you enjoy. Let's talk about Bladerunner Blackout 2022. We caught it on Crunchyroll. I think from the way the guy talked at the beginning, this is going to be a parter, so like 3 little mini stories. But the first one's up on Crunchyroll. I liked it. I liked the art. The art was interesting. It was different.
it reminds me of the Animatrix, but I liked the Animatrix. In fact, I liked the Animatrix than most of the sequels to the Matrix. Like, I kind of wish they just kept doing that.
Now, an important thing. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but these three stories are actually bridging the gap between the first movie and the second.
Yeah,
right?
that is the purpose.
That's the purpose of them. Okay.
Yeah.
So I expect the next one's going to be a few years later, and the next one's going to cover a few more years until we get closer to. You say 2042, I said 2049. We'll see who's right.
I don't remember what.
Leave it up in the air. Actually,
see.
We'll find out at the end. You know, put some money on it.
2049.
Dang it! I guess I'm right again.
Yep. Yeah. Well, it happens every once in a while, buddy.
When it matters.
A broken clock is right twice a day.
There you go.
Oh, wow, you're so dang insightful. Anyway.
Well, he's an old man. That's one of those old man.
Old man is.
Yeah.
Back in my day, black people were never right.
See, and that's why we're going to get demonetized. Thank you.
I can't do it. That's not the most offensive thing I'm going to say today.
But no, I thought it was a good clip. It was a good 15 minutes. Of course, actually, it only ends up being about 12 minutes because of the credits and the guy talking at the beginning. So
That's about as much as I could take, though. I ain't going to lie. Like, if it had been any longer, I think it would have lost its momentum. I think it had just the right length to stay interesting.
I don't know. Some of it I thought was because it was doing it in 12 minutes, they rushed past some of it. I don't think it was spelled out very well. It's one of those things that went so fast, I think I'll probably end up watching it a second time because I know I had to have missed some stuff in it.
But here's something to think about. When we did our market research for our YouTube channel, we found that most people's attention span is 15 minutes.
Well, yeah.
So I can understand the science behind a 15-minute Blade Runner.
Well, yeah.
Because we'll retain more of that information than if it was a 30-minute show.
Yeah, like I followed it. I don't think I need to rewatch it. But getting back to what it's about, it apparently spoilers. It covers the blackout. I mean, it's called Bladerunner Blackout.
I mean, I don't want to tell them what everything is, but I mean the fact that it covers the blackout doesn't really. It's named Blackout for God's sakes. I mean,
yeah, but no, it was a good little 15-minute video.
I thought it was informing. I thought it answered some questions that I had watching the preview for the next movie, but definitely not all of them. So I'm hoping the other 2 will definitely fill in some more gaps because there was a lot of questions when I watched the trailer for 2049.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this. You need to watch it. If you're planning to go see the movie, because this one at least is very important because it mentions kind of what's going on with the replicants. Again, I won't spoil it, but there was a big change to the replicants.
Yeah.
Huge for the story. And then there was a big event.
Well, and if you're familiar with the original movie and you saw the trailer for 2049, it really is one of the questions you had.
It's got to be.
So.
But I will admit you're right that it kind of, especially with the replicants, they kind of spat that out so fast. You remember I immediately had questions. I was like, well, wait a minute. Like, immediately I started having a bunch of questions about it.
And I was sitting there going, y'all shut up so I can watch this.
I'm black. You knew I was going to talk through it, man. It doesn't matter if it's 15 minutes. It could have been 5 minutes. I'd have had 3 minutes of dialogue. The key part is it's good. It makes me want to watch the movie.
Yes.
And I still don't really sympathize with the replicants, but that's me.
Yeah.
I'm not a synth or replicant sympathizer.
Well, there you go. All right, so that wraps that little piece up. Let's talk about this Ataribox. We got some actual photos of the Ataribox this week. And I recall hearing it a while back, and I didn't really pay it much attention. Since the actual photos came out, I was like, okay, maybe they're actually serious about this. Let me actually do some research on it. And Yeah, it's nostalgic.
It's the nostalgia box.
Yeah.
I'm coining the phrase nostalgia box. Buy it because you want to look at something that looks like an Atari.
Yeah.
Do not buy it in place of a console or a PC.
It's got a nice wood finish strip. They even made sure to tell us that it was real wood.
And it's got the black. Remember that pattern on the top?
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely the Atari 2600 stylish.
But what does it do?
Well, that's a good question. Does Damien want to say anything before we get into that, though?
Oh, I just my old man's coming through because when I first saw the picture, when you posted, I thought it was a phone case. I couldn't believe that Atari was actually putting a box out. I'm like, is that a phone case? That's
Yeah,
cool.
so
I think
I
your
want
phone
one of
does
those.
more than the Atari box.
Your phone. Your phone's definitely more expensive. So, I mean, an average phone will run you about $600. This is going to be coming out at $300. Runs off of Linux using an AMD custom processor. So,
Here it can play Minecraft.
it's supposed to be able to play Minecraft, and it definitely looks like it's oriented towards indie games. It's supposed to be a pretty open system, so people can develop for it openly and everything. And that's about it. I mean, it's a Linux box. It's almost Steam box-ish, but not as high of hardware as most of the Steam boxes.
How much is a Steam box?
So it cuts out a lot of your high-end games. I mean, you can get a Steam box for I think around $400 or $500.
It's a little bit cheaper.
But they actually have levels, like there's Steam boxes that cost over $1,000 as well. It depends on what level of gaming you're looking into.
I mean, it's basically an app box. I mean, it says it can run apps. It says it can do low-tier games, but not high-end games. So it's an app box. You buy it because you think it'll look cool.
The whole app thing, I don't know exactly where they're going with that, because they mentioned that around the same time. They said browser, which, I mean, is like Chrome, and you can just throw apps into Chrome.
So, I mean, at the moment, it's a nostalgia. Now, don't be wrong. It looks cool enough that if I had the disposable money, I think it'd be awesome to have that sitting over there on my
I don't think I think if I had the disposable money, I still wouldn't waste my money.
Yeah.
I've got a good PC for a reason, man.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, I don't
if-
even think I'd
if-
play it. It would just sit there and look cool.
Yeah, if you get the nostalgia trip and you have the money, that's probably the people that will buy this thing.
mean,
I
I
don't think it's going to be very
I mean, it
popular.
would sit there next to my Pip-Boy if I had disposable money. It'd be like I'd have a Pip-Boy, I'd have an Atari box.
You have your SNES Classic.
Yeah,
and
the
your
SNES Classic, you
with
know.
the blood on it from where you had to beat somebody to get it.
Yeah.
They didn't have any
Ooh,
quantities.
I like that. That's a better version. Forget decals. This is the blood of the person who thought this was theirs.
Yeah.
Until I corrected them.
So, there you go.
Should be an 80-year-old woman at Walmart pulling a gun on somebody over an SNES.
That happened? That's freaking awesome.
No, it was a notebook. It wasn't an SNES.
Yeah, there was a recent issue where it was the last notebook, and of course the lady that pulled the gun on it was pulling the gun on the people that were beating her daughter up over the notebook.
I don't blame her. Yeah.
So, but insanity, man.
No, that's self-defense, sir. That is self-defense.
Well, no, I'm talking about the instance.
Oh.
Yeah.
To begin with.
It's Walmart and it's insanity.
That's not abnormal, though, I guess. Walmart.
Oh, well.
Anyway,
Okay, so
next.
Speaking of shooting folks and pulling guns on people.
There you go. Good lead in. Good lead in. So, Red Dead Redemption 2 official trailer was pushed out this week, and it looked good, man. It was a nice trailer. I enjoyed it. I'm actually looking forward to this game. I've played some Western type shooters, and they were all right. I never played Red Dead Redemption 1. I know, horrific, but I thought I'd played Western shooters, so I did not know what I was missing.
You ain't played the best of them.
Q has educated me on what I was missing with Red Dead Redemption, so I'm going to try to get a hold of that and actually play that.
You got a while
because
before this
this
comes out.
definitely looked nice. I enjoyed the way it looked. I've heard a lot of the story from the first original Red Dead Redemption, and it sounded really awesome. So
Now stop before the DLC, though. It gets weird with the zombie DLC. Don't get me wrong, it's fun, but it's...
well, I mean, it's zombie DLC. It's much likely not canon. So
Oh, no. At least it doesn't look like they're still dealing with a zombie apocalypse.
So,
That game looks amazing, but like I told you, unfortunately, there's a new thing I have to do that I've been taught painfully. The more excited I get about a game, I'm learning I have to wait with my fingers crossed to see if they're going to announce microtransactions. So now I'm sitting there going like, that looks great. I hope they don't come out a couple of months ahead of time and go, by the way, loot boxes.
Still feeling the WB burn, you know.
Yeah, you know where that's coming from, man. So, like, I'm excited for this game, but
Good
I'm
thing
also
is-
waiting for them to announce that I can get horses and guns.
It's not being released by Warner Brothers, so
It is Rockstar, and Rockstar I don't think's bad.
Well,
about
they
that.
got a little greedy with GTA 5
For the online
but
content.
only the
online
online
content.
so.
The main story wasn't screwed with, to my knowledge.
No, I don't think so.
And honestly, I'm gonna play it for the story. So.
Yeah. All right. Enough said.
Time to move
good.
on to the big boy.
All right. Now this is where the majority of our time is going to go is with Bethesda. We had an interview with Pete Hines. We had some other news come out as well. Some Skyrim news. So, but let's get started with the Pete Hines interview. I think it was Games Radar that talked to him, and it was an interesting conversation. Sort of telling about where Bethesda's going in their line of games and what they're working on, and also that they aren't listening to their consumers on what direction they should go. They're taking their own initiatives.
Yeah, you kind of, Zeno kind of got on to me because my immediate reaction to the whole, like, give us what we want was him putting up, you going like, no, and I'm like, but I want Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5. I don't care about dinosaur Amazons. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, and like I mentioned to him, the main reason why I actually am like, oh, not going to listen to the people yelling about certain things as being good is I've played a lot of MMOs, especially WoW, where I've seen the community outcry ruin what I thought was a great game and sort of bring the quality of play downward. So
I noticed the same thing in WoW. I mean, WoW was an awesome game, and then it wound up being what it is today. So I can understand where you're coming from with that. But I also, I mean, and Bethesda, they can do whatever they want to do. That's their prerogative. It's their company, But on the same note, I mean, Fallout and Elder Scrolls, that's their bread and butter,
it is.
And that's, I mean, I want my Fallout and I want my Elder Scrolls. But if they want to do something else, they can do that. That's their prerogative.
Well, I sort of also am sort of waiting for. It's like maybe they'll take some time getting back into the next Fallout, getting back into the next Elder Scrolls, and by then they'll realize how dumb of an idea the Creation Club was, and that won't be a part of the next Fallout and Skyrim.
Awesome segue.
Well, yeah, because that was my biggest point I had. Because I mean, when you were telling me, hey man, a couple, I said, yeah, but. That same thing, we told them we didn't want the Creation Club, and we all kind of agreed that we wish they'd listen to us on that
And then
one.
we hear about this awesome idea recently. It's just like,
hey, your game you really like?
Yeah, that Skyrim game? And you know how so many people love survival modes of stuff? Hey, we got one for Skyrim now. Which normally when they release something like that, it's just, oh, okay, let me go jump on Steam and load up Skyrim because it's already there. It's already automatically updated and all that stuff. But guess what, Damien?
You have to buy it through the Creation Club.
Dun dun dun. The Creation Club.
I mean, even when I was reading the article, it said you're going to get this great survival DLC, but you have to purchase it through the Creation Club.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. I'd even be cool if it was just, okay, it's DLC. If it's so big that it needs to be DLC, then why isn't it on my Steam list as DLC? Why am I having to go through this Creation Club? It's just another
also, let's
dadgum
be
thing that I
honest.
have to go through that's annoying.
Yeah.
Well, dude, this is a patch at best, man. This isn't
Well, no,
DLC.
it's not
worthy.
DLC.
No, it's
Now, if you want to
definitely-
put some DLC in with it and release it with some extra content, that'd be another story. Survival
but
mode
still.
plus new armors and weapons and spells for surviving.
Yeah.
This summons
Yeah.
food. This makes
But
me warm.
Put it on the Skyrim page so I can go buy it from that and not this Creation Club crap where I have to go spend money to get the points to then do it.
Well,
Well, that's the other thing, because we don't know if it's even them doing it. I mean, it's Creation Club. They could be letting some third party create it. That's what the Creation Club's for.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
the thing is, though, it's guaranteed to work.
it is guaranteed to work. Yeah.
Most mods work.
Most mods do work. You just have to make sure it's in the right load order and all that. But with the Creation Club, the one good thing is whatever you get from the Creation Club will work in the game.
This is Bethesda now. We love Bethesda, but
So
working is
far-
not something they take that serious.
So
Oh,
well,
Come on,
that's-
floating NPCs,
No, it's-
dragon stuck in the ground.
I'm not debating the truthfulness of your comment.
at all.
Dicejunkies. We tell it like it is.
But
But according to Bethesda, it will work. Unlike mods that I've had working on my games for 10 years.
yeah,
What's funny is that this mod exists. You pointed out, Damien is the ultimate veteran of Skyrim, Elder Scroll, and Fallout for hours put in. And you said that this already exists, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, man, there's mods out there that do everything that they say this is going to do.
Why are you charging us for something we can grab then? I don't get that.
Well,
Like, give me something
part of,
new.
That's part of the Creation Club. It's designed to be in the Creation Club. It'll work guaranteed because, believe it or not, there are some people that can't download these mods off Nexus and make them work on their computers.
Well, I want them to go ahead and add some more content to it if I'm going to pay for it. I don't want just a survival mode. I want some new equipment. I want something
did
to
you
go with it.
did you find out what the price was for it, or?
It's not listed yet.
Oh, it's supposed to be out. I thought.
We'll do a little
In
research.
that article,
Well, that article was a couple days old.
Yeah. but I mean, what I'm saying is just in the article that I linked there, it wasn't
Yeah.
listed yet.
But I don't think difficulties count as DLC really or paid content. Sure, it's a little more than a difficulty, but it also is effectively a difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not enough to pay cash for unless it brings some real content with it. To me, money for content, that's what I want. Not money for modes, money for content. You put modes out to get people to come back and play your game some more or increase its value.
Look, I mean, I am convinced that the Creation Club is here to stay now, because after watching multiple interviews on it, because they tried paid mods before. This is the Creation Club. It's supposed to be different. They don't care who's complaining about it. It's here to stay. So I'm like, okay, that's fine, whatever. I don't ever have to use it until they do something like this. And then it's like, if I want to play the ultimate survival mode, then I'm going to have to go do this.
And you're a known survival mode player, so I know that's got to chap you.
It made me very angry.
And you're the bad guy, the bad A who was playing freaking Fallout 4 survival from the beginning. Still don't know how you pulled that off.
All right, so apparently the survival mode is out in beta if you go and get the beta update through Steam, which is for 1.5.
Yeah.
Which is where the Creation Club is actually implemented into Skyrim Special Edition. So it still does not say a price. It says it's part of the update. So I don't know.
There was something on, and I don't know if it's in that article or not, but there's something where you could get it for like a week. And then you were going to have to pay for it or something like that. I recall seeing that, but then I started seeing red. And
Apparently you won't be able
Couldn't
to
see
fast
through that,
travel. If you travel in snowy or rainy locations, your health will be decreased due to cold conditions.
Did you say no fast travel?
yeah,
No
no
fast
fast
travel.
travel.
Why would you want that in Skyrim? Skyrim's massive.
get a horse?
Get a horse, yeah.
Well, I do that all the time.
If your warmth rating is higher, then cold environments will have slower effects on you. You will die if you swim in ice cold water. Health regeneration is not going to be available in survival mode. And in order to level up, you must sleep in a bed. You will not be able to carry as much weight as you would in normal mode. You'll be prone to getting ill from disease and other creatures carry, and these will, blah, blah, blah. But it still doesn't say anything about price. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now, just to address a few of those, you have always been, if you got bit by a skeever, you get a disease.
I'm assuming this means
They said they're going to be worse, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saying.
They're
Now,
gonna be more.
my main worry about that is they went stupid with it.
And in order to get healthy again, you must go to shrines.
Oh, and now
get
you got to
your-
pay. You can't
for
just
a
walk into
gold
shrine.
offering.
Yeah.
You used to could just pray at a shrine.
Well, you see, a lot of this is straight out of Morrowind.
Yeah.
A lot of it is straight out of, because used to when you played Morrowind, you know, a lot of that, what they're saying right there, is it came straight from Morrowind, you know. But my worry is when they did the Fallout 4 survival mode, the diseases, you could get a disease if you woke up in the morning and sneezed the wrong way. You could get a disease drinking dirty water, eating radiated food. If you sleep in a sleeping bag, you can get a disease. If you sleep 3 times in a row to save the freaking game, you can get a disease.
Sheesh.
So that would be my worry, is they go stupid with the given diseases. Oh, I walked into town and walked past this merchant selling food, and I bought an apple and I ate it and I got a disease.
Well,
You know?
I'll say that point. This is something we hadn't addressed. Is actually whether there needs to be a survival mode. I like survival mode in Fallout 4. In fact, thanks to your awesome video, by the way, that was a great video, Damien. I literally re-downloaded to go do it. Today, I downloaded and I'm going for the survival mod that's customizable.
Yeah.
I mean, you sold me on that. And honestly, I'd rather go send money to them than Creation Forge. I might go pop that dude's Patreon and throw him a few dollars. But, because that's awesome.
Always
But,
helps.
Sir, this is a fantasy game. I don't really think I need that extra stuff in a fantasy game. Because you know why? Because my mind is, I would assume that there should also be an ability for me to just get magic that fixes it. Oh, here's a spell that keeps me warm.
Well,
here's
and
a spell that makes me immune to
That's
disease.
why I think as a DLC, that's stuff you should see. You should also see magic that also helps to.
Because who wouldn't make
Yeah.
that spell? Like, it's a fantasy game. That'd be the first enchantment.
Well, I mean, you
Like,
have that stuff. Like if you play D&D, we already know those types of spells. Are very common with where you have
Ring of Sustenance.
ring of substance, so you don't have to eat.
Yeah, you only have to sleep
And
a
you
couple
only have to sleep a
Shoot, I
couple
need
hours.
that. That'd be awesome. You only need
Yeah.
to sleep a few hours?
Or you go kill a Tusker. If you're not a magic person, you go kill a Tusker and you get their fat and you spread it on you with a salve, and you can
Let's see
swim
some
in
more.
the water.
Yeah, let's see some
you
more
know.
elements added like that to make this worth paying for. Well, it could only be
Modify
99
your armor
cents.
to be warmer. Like,
Yeah.
know, I
Well,
almost... Okay.
It could be only 99 cents for all we know right now, because I did read up some more while y'all guys were talking, and it does say it is free for a short period of time, but they have not released what the cost is going to be once it comes out. So we don't know how much it's going to be. But I would rather, if I'm going to pay anything, I like to pay for something substantial.
Yeah. That's my biggest problem.
Yeah, and some content.
I
man.
mean, survival would be very fun in Skyrim. It would be off the frickin' charts. I'm trying to.
Yeah.
But it would be off the charts. It would be great. I would love it. But not like that. Not just. Oh, let me up the difficulty right here, and get diseases.
And being GMs, we're all gamers. It's even balanced, because if you introduce enchantments that handle these conditions, you can only have so many enchantments on a slot. So it balances, because you'd have to give up your damage boost or one of your other enchantments
That ring of
to do
substance
that.
is one of 2 rings, I mean,
And God forbid if the sleep and the food both count as a separate enchantment, that's a whole 2 enchantments you can't put on yourself. But would you do it? Psh. At a minute, I'd be like, man, I'm going survival mode magic first and then bonuses.
Yeah. But anyway, I guess that's enough of that. So, last thing, Hugh Hefner, man.
You have
We got to say, the fountain of youth he found to make it to 91.
Yes, we know the secret now. Apparently, lots of relations with a lot of different, fairly young adult women seems to be the key to living to be 90 plus and still smiling. Because I've never seen a picture of that guy doing anything but smiling and looking real happy. We're fools with all this.
Wouldn't you be?
I'm telling you, it's a secret to long life.
Hey, It's a secret I'm willing to try if I can get away with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna try to make it. I'm gonna say is that my new goal is to see if I can make it to 91 or higher by trying the Hugh Hefner lifestyle.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this episode. Be sure to like, subscribe, and down below we have a description with all of our social media. Check that out. You can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, Google+. All the links are down there. You can see some behind-the-scenes stuff, as well as, just whenever we're posting something, we always post to those medias as well. Also, you can look over to the side here, and we'll have some links to some other videos you might want to check out, as well as below you'll see the Dicejunkies icon where you can click to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.